Let tonight's story gently soothe you as you drift into sleep. Bellflower and Violet, a tale of companionship. This story is about a girl named Bellflower and her cat Violet, who demonstrate true companionship by caring for an injured bird together. Once upon a time, in the quaint little village of Maplewood, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Bellflower and her inseparable feline friend, Violet. Bellflower had soft chestnut hair that cascaded down her back and eyes the color of the summer sky, filled with curiosity and warmth. Violet, a sleek and graceful cat with fur as black as midnight, had mesmerizing green eyes that sparkled like emeralds every time they caught the sunlight. They were an inseparable duo, their bond forged by countless adventures through sunlit meadows and moonlit forests. Bellflower and Violet's favorite spot was a hidden glade deep in the heart of Maplewood. The glade was a magical place where wildflowers bloomed in a riot of colors, and a crystal-clear stream gently whispered secrets as it flowed. Every day, they would explore the glade, discovering new wonders and sharing whispered conversations known only to them. One sunny afternoon, Bellflower and Violet decided to have a picnic by their favorite stream. Bellflower packed a basket with fresh berries, a loaf of warm bread, and a pitcher of her grandmother's homemade lemonade. Violet chased butterflies as Bellflower laid out a soft blanket under a tall oak tree. As they enjoyed their meal, Bellflower noticed a tiny bird hopping near the stream, its wing injured. Bellflower's heart went out to the little creature, and she gently picked it up, cradling it in her hands. Violet watched with keen eyes, understanding the importance of this moment. With great care, Bellflower tended to the bird, using a piece of cloth to fashion a makeshift bandage. Days turned into weeks, and the bird, which Bellflower named La, grew stronger under their watchful care. During this time, Bellflower and Violet took turns keeping La company, telling it stories of their adventures and singing soft lullabies at night. As Loc's strength returned, so did their joyous spirits, and the trio formed an unbreakable bond that spoke of true companionship. The day finally came when Lock was strong enough to fly again. Bellflower and Violet stood by the stream, their hearts filled with bittersweet emotions. With a gentle nudge, Bellflower encouraged Lock to spread its wings and take flight. Violet meowed softly as if saying farewell. Lock soared into the sky, its wings catching the wind as it flew higher and higher, until it was just a speck in the distance. Bellflower and Violet watched until they could no longer see their feathered friend, then turned to each other with smiles of understanding. They knew that their companionship had grown even stronger, enriched by the experience of helping another. As the sun set behind the hills, casting a golden glow over Maplewood, Bellflower and Violet walked hand in paw back to their cozy cottage. The memories of their shared adventure, and the knowledge that true companionship is about caring and supporting one another, kept their hearts warm. That night, as they lay under a blanket of stars, Bellflower and Violet drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the next adventure they would embark on together, knowing that whatever came their way, they would face it side by side. The next story is ready to soothe your spirit. Clover and Geranium's Enchanted Adventure. This story is about a young girl named Clover and a talking deer named Geranium who embark on a magical adventure to find a hidden treasure in the forest, discovering the true value of friendship along the way. Once upon a time, in the quaint little village of Everwood, there lived a young girl named Clover who had a knack for finding adventure. Every evening, she would wander into the forest, her heart set on discovering its secrets. One starry night, as the moonlight peeked through the dense canopy, she noticed a gentle rustling in the bushes. To her amazement, Out stepped a deer with the most beautiful white spots and gentle eyes. His antlers glistened under the moonlight. "Hello," Clover whispered, not entirely sure if the deer could understand her. The deer nodded and replied, "Hello, my name is Geranium. I've been watching you for a while." He seemed brave and kind. Clover was astonished. "You can talk well," she explained, her eyes wide with wonder. Geranium smiled. "Yes, and I need your help. The forest has a hidden treasure that can only be found by those with a pure heart." Intrigued, Clover nodded eagerly. "I'll help you," and so, their adventure began. They journeyed through enchanting glades where fireflies lit their way and over sparkling streams that sang as they flowed. The bond between Clover and Geranium grew stronger with each step. They laughed together, solved riddles, and faced challenges thrown their way by the mischievous forest spirits. One day, they came upon an ancient tree with roots that seemed to go on forever. "This is where the treasure lies, hidden," Geranium said softly. Clover, with her heart full of determination, began to dig. After what felt like hours, they found a small, ornate chest. Inside it was a glowing stone that pulsed with warm, golden light. "What is it?" Clover asked in awe. "It's a blessing," Geranium explained. "Whoever holds this stone will always find their way home, no matter how lost they become." Clover held the stone close to her heart, feeling its reassuring warmth. "Thank you, Geranium," she said, tears of joy filling her eyes. "Thank you for believing in me." Geranium nodded, his eyes twinkling. "Thank you, Clover, for your courage and kindness. Our friendship is the real treasure." As they made their way back to Everwood, the stars above seemed to shine even brighter, as if celebrating their return. From that day on, Clover and Geranium shared many more adventures, their friendship a glowing testament to the magic of the forest, and the pure hearts of those who venture into it. Let's move onward to the next story. Bellflower and Sedge, a tale of companionship. This story is about Bellflower and Sedge's heartwarming friendship and the joy it brings. Once upon a time, in a lush, verdant forest, there lived a kind-hearted human named Bellflower. She was named after the delicate, blue blossoms that adorned the hills surrounding her quaint cottage. Bellflower had a unique ability to communicate with the animals of the forest, a gift she cherished deeply. Every morning, she would wander through the greenery, whispering sweet words to the birds and sharing smiles with the gentle deer. One chilly autumn day, while gathering firewood, Bellflower came across a small, trembling rabbit named Sedge. Sedge's fur was matted, and his eyes were filled with fear. Bellflower's heart ached at the sight, and she gently scooped up the frightened creature, wrapping him in the warmth of her scarf. Sedge slowly began to relax in her comforting embrace, sensing the kindness in her heart. Wasn't long before Bellflower and Sedge became inseparable companions. They spent their days exploring the forest, discovering hidden streams and secret meadows where wildflowers bloomed in riotous colors. Bellflower would hum soft melodies as Sedge playfully hopped along beside her. As the days grew shorter and winter approached, Bellflower ensured that Sedge would stay warm and safe within her cozy cottage. She cooked a little bed for him by the hearth, made of the softest moss and lined with feathers. At night, they would sit by the crackling fire, Bellflower weaving tales of far-off lands while Sedge listened intently, his eyes wide with wonder. On one particularly stormy night, a fierce wind howled through the forest, and the cottage shuddered under its force. Bellflower and Sedge huddled close together, finding solace in each other's presence. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing moment, a testament to the power of true companionship. As the seasons changed, So too did Bellflower and Sedge's friendship. They learned to rely on each other, sharing not only the joys of life, but also the burdens. Whether it was gathering food or tending to the garden, they worked as a team, their bond unbreakable. One spring morning, as the first light of dawn bathed the forest in a golden glow, Bellflower and Sedge ventured to a nearby hill. Together, they watched the sunrise, their hearts filled with gratitude for the companionship they had found in one another. And so, in the heart of the lush, verdant forest, Bellflower and Sedge lived happily ever after, their friendship a shining example of the beauty of companionship and the joy it brings. Let's just move gently to the next story. The friendship between Tansy and Geranium. The story is about the heartwarming friendship between a young girl named Tansy and a fire spirit named Geranium, and how their bond brings warmth and hope to a village. In a tranquil village surrounded by emerald forests and babbling brooks, lived a young girl named Tansy. Nestled in a cozy cottage with her mom and dad, Tansy's days were filled with joy and laughter. One evening, as the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the tree tops, Tansy wandered into the heart of the woods, seeing the magic within. As she approached an old oak tree, she noticed an ethereal light flickering near its roots. Curiosity piqued, she moved closer and to her astonishment, discovered a small fire spirit named Geranium. The spirit's flames were gentle and warm, their colors shifting from amber to soft pinks and blues. Geranium spoke in a melody that seemed to blend with the whispers of the leaves. She was both radiant and kind-hearted. Tansy felt an instant kinship. They spent hours talking, sharing stories and dreams beneath the starry sky. Geranium showed Tansy how to listen to the songs of the forest, and how every creature had a role to play. In return, Tansy taught Geranium things about her human role, explaining the beauty of sunrise and the thrill of baking bread. Days turned into weeks, and their bond grew stronger. Tansy and Geranium's friendship brought warmth to both their hearts, and soon the villagers noticed a newfound bright aura around Tansy. She smiled more. Her eyes sparkled and laughter danced round her like the flames of her fiery friend. One day, a great storm threatened the village. Winds howled and trees bent with the force. Tansy knew she needed her friend's help. She ran to the old oak tree and called out to Geranium. The fire spirit emerged, flames dancing brightly despite the tempest. Tansy's guidance, Geranium spread her warmth throughout the village, shielding it from the cold and keeping the hearts of the villagers hopeful. The storm passed, leaving the village unscathed. The villagers marveled at the miracle, but Tansy knew it was the power of true friendship that had saved them. From then on, Tansy and Geranium continued their adventures, their friendship a beacon of light in the heart of the emerald forest. And every evening, as the sun set, they would sit by the old oak tree, sharing stories and basking in the glow of their unbreakable bond. Rest peacefully, and let tonight's calm stay with you.